How much do you want to make? 5% a month, 10%, 50%? This is one of the important parts of trading, a trading career that so many people never talk about. That's how all businesses do it. And if you can truly change your frame of mind with this, you will change your life. You will change your trading career. You will change the game and tip it into your favor. Welcome to this video on my channel. I hope you have watched the other videos on this channel first. If not, I would recommend that. Unless you're really here to figure out what the expectations in the market are, then stay in this video. But even after you watch this video, go watch the other ones. I'm purposefully and intentionally laying out a path towards becoming a trader, towards becoming successful as a trader. And I really want you to gain the most out of it. So for that, watch the philosophy video, so we make sure that we're aligned with what we're going after. Otherwise, my information is not valuable to you. And then watch the principles of how the market moves. That's what everything I speak about is based on. And then, of course, you can go into the strategy revealed videos. It's a 3-part video series where I lay out my whole strategy to you. And it is that video which has led us to today's video, which is the video about the expectations we can have about the market. Because when we're managing a trade, when we're executing a trade, if we do not know what we can expect, then it'd be quite difficult to actually manage that trade, right? So what can I really get out of the market? I hear all this hype and I see all these videos, right? You may think to yourself, I see all this stuff and people turning thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars in minutes, right? All this hype about become a millionaire, quit your 9-to-5 and have the freedom of the life, travel, trade from a laptop on the beach, right? Well, this is not a video about discussing if you should be trading on the beach. I personally don't think so. Yeah, using your phone and your laptop to check into an open position while you have one open, sure, I'm fine with that. Do I want to execute my livelihood on a flimsy laptop with not so optimal wireless connection on the beach? No. Why would I want to work at the beach anyways, right? I mean, well, I don't understand the hype because I'm at work. I'm in front of my laptop. What does the beach even do other than distract me from what I need to do? And then I'm just going to have to do what I need to do longer before I can actually go into the water, right? So let me just work where I need to work. And then when I'm done, let me turn off the computer and go to the beach and enjoy it. So I can be at the beach with people, with life, not with my computer. So for me personally, I don't want to trade at the beach. But that's not what this video is about. This video is actually about expectation. So we can actually know when to stop trading, when to continue trading, how far should we push? What is even possible as a trader? What is possible in the market? Now, I will admit, I do not know the full extent of this answer. I'm going to discuss with you today what I have figured out for myself. The thing that makes sense for me. And that might be different for you. Again, go to the philosophy video to make sure we're aligned in what it is we're trying to achieve. That's important. So, you've probably heard of this thing called leverage, buying power. And you've probably heard of this thing called profit, returns, right? The whole reason why we're trading. And I don't want to go too far into defining terms, but rather keep this quite conceptual. And let's think about it. Do you want to make 1% a month, 5% a month, 10%, 50%, 100% a month? How much do you want to make? And I think it is within that most of us will, at least in the beginning, find irrational answers. I know that in the beginning, I was shooting for the stars. I thought I could put like $10,000 down and become a millionaire with $10,000, right? And I'm not saying that possibility doesn't exist, because it does. But it is the outlier. It is like winning the jackpot in the casino. It's not really what we should be counting on. If it happens to us, if we win the lottery, fantastic. Not going to say no to that, right? But that's not what we should be building towards. It's not sustainable. It will make you do things that are not sustainable to be consistent over time. But let's actually look at what is possible. And I think, let's call it an average return on an not an average return. What would we call this? I think, let's just say, if you make 5% a year on your investment, you're doing okay. You're not a baller. You're not doing great, but nobody's going to look at you and be like, oh, you're a shitty businessman. You only make 5%. No, you're going to be in the lower tier. I mean, you go any lower than that, you're not really making anything, right? You're going to be in the lower tier of professionals, but you're making money. You're actually doing it. Now you get up to 10, 12% a year. Again, I'm talking about a year. This is important. Not a month, a year. You get to 10, 12% a year, and you're good. Like, this is good. If that's a consistent, safe way to make 10 to 12, you're doing really good. I'm not talking about gambling and making 10%. I'm talking about a safe way, a consistent way, a proven track record of 10 to 12%. You're doing really good. People are going to be interested in giving you money to make them money. If you're making 20%, you're a baller. Like, people are going to be really, really interesting. People are going to be really, really interested to give you money, to make money for them. Again, I'm talking about 20% a year. Now, is it possible to make more than that? Absolutely. But I want to keep you in the realm of realism where the average hangs out. If you make it beyond the average, good for you. Believe me, that's where I'm shooting for too. I'm working towards baller status. But that cannot be the goal. So you have to understand what this world is and what's possible. Because really think about it. If it was possible to make 50% a month, right? Every month consistently, why would rich people, why would billionaires go and spend all their money and all their time buying businesses, building businesses, and doing all this complex stuff, having hundreds of employees, taking 10, 20 years to build something in the long term, right? That's crazy. If it really was safe and easy to make 50% a month, or to double your money every couple months, right? Even to double your money every year, wouldn't they go do that? Or do you think the millionaires and billionaires of the world are dumber than we are? I don't think so. There's a reason why they are the 1%. Because they're probably either fairly intelligent, or they have people in their life who are fairly intelligent and they're guiding them, right? So if they're not doing it, what makes us think that we can do it? Because it's the new age of the internet and they don't have those possibilities? I guarantee you they have the internet too. And they have the smartest investors, they have the smartest advisors, they have the smartest computer programmers, they have all the smartest people because they can afford them. They can afford the counsel that you and I cannot afford. So again, really thinking about, if they're not doing it, is this a reasonable goal for me to shoot towards? Or should I be rather shooting towards something that is within that realm of realism? And if we look that way, now the complete game changes. And then you become an intelligent trader. You can actually do something that is quite easy. Because believe me, shooting for 50% a month, just because, let's say you have a $10,000 account, you need $4,000 or $5,000 a month to live. So you want a 40-50% average every month so you can live, right? That's so hard to accomplish consistently. Yeah, you might get lucky for a season, even maybe for a whole year, right? But for a full lifetime, that's fairly difficult. If you're somebody that can pull that off for a good full lifetime, good for you. I congratulate you. You're the exception. You're the GOAT, right? But for the rest of us, when we stay in the realm of realism, now we can truly achieve something. Because rather than to going after that 50% on the $10,000 account, why don't we go for something that's rather easily achievable, and then we scale the account? Because you show a track record, you show a paper trail of what you can actually do safely, consistently. There's plenty of millionaires and billionaires, plenty of companies out there, which we see with the prop firms now, but you can even go way beyond that. Sourcing money is not the issue anymore. That'll be easy. They actually will come find you. If you have that proven record, they will come find you. So try to shoot for that which is real. Don't be making these decisions based out of the pain and the discomfort you're living in. Based out of I have $10,000 and I want to quit my job, so I have to make that work. No. Use your path to find that which is possible and then scale. That's how all businesses do it. Every business that opens, every business venture, what they do is they find a viable outcome. They find a profitable outcome and then they scale it. Certain businesses have a better opportunity for a viable outcome, others a smaller opportunity. But it doesn't matter. As long as it's scalable, that's all that matters. That's how you judge a business, by it. How big of a profitable outcome how can I maximize this, right? And then can I scale it? And of course you want to think, well, I don't want to just do the tiniest thing. I want to do the biggest thing possible in a reasonable amount of time. So if the biggest possibility would take me 10 years to build, well, that's a long time. What if the medium or above medium takes me 3 to 4 years? Well, if the smallest one takes me just a week, maybe that's better. Well, the smallest one in a week, that's not a good return maybe, right? Because if my product makes 1 cent, well, how much would I have to scale a 1 cent margin on a product to actually become a viable business, right? So that easiest step in 1 week that can make that 1 cent, yeah, well, everybody can make a product that makes 1 cent margin. That's super easy, but how would you scale that? The scaling of that is not really possible. But if you can take a little bit more time and actually build something where you get the higher margin, so you get a better viable product out of it, then it becomes easily scalable. So let's say if taking the longest time gives you $50 margin on the product and taking the shortest time gives you 1 cent margin on the product, it's really finding that balance point of where I take the shortest amount of time, the most reasonable amount of time to get the highest possible margin on this product, and then I scale it. Rather than spending 20 years wasting my time to get that $50 margin on the product, if I can just in 2 years get $25, $27, maybe $22, even $17, right? $11, whatever it is. If within a year I can get $11 and I have an easy way within another year to all scale that, right? Because scaling goes much, much rapidly than building the product. So if it's easily scalable, I want to just get to a point where it makes sense. And of course, do it as best as possible. If I can get 17 rather than 11, I'll take 17 as a margin. If I can get 25, even better. And then I scale. And all business is built that way. It's in trading, we have this thing of thinking we need to go get this $50 margin, right? Where we can extract all that is extractable. But that's not what it is. What really the game of trading is getting an outcome safely, consistently, sustainably, with a risk that's manageable, so that people would want to scale into you, right? So that people will want to trust you with their money. So that you can trust yourself with your own money. And when you have that scalable result, then you scale. And that's really it. It's that simple. That's the formula of how all businesses run. And that's how the formula is how your trading should be run. It's not about making all that you need to make. It's about creating something that's scalable. And when you have that, scaling will be the easiest thing on your trading journey. It won't be a hindrance at all. So let's talk about expectancy. What is that minimally viable product? What is that thing that's scalable, right? How far do we need to go? And I don't have an exact answer for it. In all businesses, business people, entrepreneurs will make different decisions. There's one person that says, well, $11 margin within a year is perfect, then I scale. There's another person that says, no, I'd rather go 2 years and have $25 margin. There's another person that says, no, I'd rather go 5 years and have a $37 margin and then I scale. So that all depends on you. But what I want to do is just bring this into perspective. And here I'll be talking about the S&P futures contract, the E-mini S&P. You can translate this to any other asset. With the brokers that are currently offered, you can day trade the E-mini S&P safely with $10,000 in your account. If you're good at what you do, right? If you're good at what you do, if you have a working system, if you have a working concept, if you have a working strategy, if you have good money management, if you figured out your psychology, right? That's not for gambling. If you're gambling and figuring things out, you're going to need more money. 10,000, I mean, they'd even allow you to do that with $500, right? But you won't have any room to let the trades work. So for what I've calculated in my money management system, $10,000 for one contract on the E-mini S&P 500 futures contract is sufficient money. It's sufficient money in your account using their leverage, right? That means every point is worth $50. So every point that one contract on the ES moves is worth $50. Meaning 2 points are worth $100, which makes 2 points 1% of your account size. That means if with a $10,000 account, you average 2 points a day, and I'm talking about averages, right? So with your loss days, with your win days, whatever it is, you come out to an average of 2 points a day. With 20 trading days, that makes 40 points a month, okay? With every point being worth $50. That is $2,000 of profit on a $10,000 account. That is 20% of your account within 1 month, making 2 points a day. Now, how many of you are shooting for 2 points a day? Most of you shooting for what? 20, 30, 40, 50, some of you for hundreds and 200 points, right? But really look into what 2 points could actually do for you. 2 points a day. Now you may say, well, Savara, you have such a tight money management strategy and your system is really good. I could never pull this off with 10K. Okay, that's fair, because I have a phenomenal system. Lucky for you, I'm actually teaching it to you. I'm available on this channel, teaching you all of this stuff for free. I'm even available beyond that. I have my course that I'm offering. I have my one-on-one mentorship that I'm offering. Come join the live channel where I actually trade every morning live. Here, streamed live on YouTube. Come join it. Trade with me, learn with me, live on the market. You'll know everything I know, so you can do it with 10K. But let's even say you cannot do it with 10K. You need to double that, and you need to do it with 20K. So that 20% a month now turns into 10% a month. So doing 2 points a day on average, 20 trading days, will give you $2,000 at the end of the month. With a $20,000 trading account, that is 10%. And you may think, well, $2,000, that's nothing. I live in Los Angeles, that's not enough money. Stop thinking that way. Really. Stop thinking that way. 10% of your account a month is baller status. It can be if you scale it. That is 120% a year. You're more than doubling your money every year. How much you make at a job that you went to school for 6 years for? Well, the average is $60, $70, maybe $80,000. The good ones like $100, $120,000, right? Well, if you'd have a $100,000 account and you're only making 10% a month, you'll be making that baller salary that people went to school for 6 years for. And that have to go work 8 hours a day, 5 to 6 days a week on it, right? With barely any vacation. And as you know, my philosophy, my trading strategy, we trade an hour or two every morning, right? Feel free to take any day off. Feel free to travel and trade from any location in the world, right? And yet you're making what they're making and even more. And that's only the beginning, because who says you have to stop at 100,000? You can scale your account way beyond that. 100,000 is like the first or second step these prop firms allow you to do. So that's definitely not the limit. But if you'd be making 10%, which is an averaging 2 points a day, again, averaging 2 points a day, it sounds so ridiculous. 2 points a day. But can you make that consistently? That is the problem. Do you have a system that can make that consistently? Do you have the psychology that can make that consistently? And lucky for you, you actually do, because you are here on this channel. You have me now. You have this channel. You have all these videos step by step laid out for you. You have the live trading sessions every single morning. And you have my course that I'm offering you. You have me in a one-on-one mentorship that I'm offering you. All accessible for you. So you have exactly that. So 2 points a day on average is not a problem at all. It's very, very feasible. And from that point on, all we do is just scale. Of course, it will take you some time to get consistent. This is not something I'm like, take my course and do it tomorrow kind of thing. It will take you some work. It will take you some time to get there, because you have to build a paper trail. And I'm not talking about paper account. I'm talking about a real account, but your monthly statements, your paper trail, to prove to yourself that you know what you're doing, so you can actually have the confidence to scale. To be able to prove to others that want to put finances into you that you're actually dependable. And when you take the time to learn this and build this trail, the money will follow you. I promise you, at that point, the money will follow you. Again, I just want to go over this one more time. Think about the realities of life. What kind of returns are these millionaires and billionaires making on their business adventures? On the real estate that they're buying? right? All that stuff. And don't look at the exceptions. Look at the average. Look at what's common. Do not always argue with exceptions. It'll get you in trouble. If you end up being the GOAT, good for you. You will be the exception. But let's not argue with that. Let's not plan with that. Let's not strategize with that. Let's take the common and create logic, create rationale out of that which is commonly true, out of that which can be mathematically supported, which can be supported with all these successes we see in life. And with what I have researched, I have to say 5% a year used to be the old school thing, like way, way old school. 5% a year, you're good, right? Then I would say 10 to 12 became more of what's happening. And then people pushing into 20% a year is like, oh, that's good. And you know, I'm the guy who's not gonna stop at 20% a year. So more is possible. But the more will come itself. Let's start from the base point. And I'm not talking about let's go 20% a year. How about we say, if you can make 5% a month, you are a baller. And this is my promise to you. If you can make 5% a month trading, you are a baller. If you're 10% even, wow, better. But I really want to prepare you for the bottom of the spectrum, because I don't want any of you guys walking away from this and be like, oh, Savada promised me something that doesn't work. So let's not shoot for the stars. Most of us will get to the stars. We'll all go far. If we really work on it, you have to work on it. It's not a game. You have to dedicate yourself. But let's shoot for the lower end of the spectrum. I'm building all of this so that we all can win, right? That's the name of the channel. We all can win. So we all can do this. And for the ones that get above it, great. We'll celebrate all of those people. And hopefully that'll be you too. I know it's going to be me. Hopefully that's going to be you too. But let's plan on this. So if we say 5% a month will get you to baller status, look at this. If you scale your money, let's say $100,000 a month, you're making $5,000 a month. That's good money. I live in Los Angeles and I can live okay with 5,000. I'm not going to live like a baller in Los Angeles with 5,000, but if you live anywhere else, especially outside of the Western civilized countries, with 5,000 you live like a king. Imagine you live in Bali with $5,000 a month income, you're going to live like a king. You live in Thailand, Indonesia, like many, many places in the world, you'll live like a king with $5,000 a month. And even in many places in the Western civilized countries, when they're smaller cities, not metropolitan cities, like not the big ones, you'll be doing great with $5,000 a month. And we're just talking about $100,000 trading account. And you might think I don't have $100,000, but link in the description, prop firms, sign up through my link. Yeah, I'm making affiliate money on that. So please, I'm doing all this for you for free. So if you want to go for the prop firm, please sign up with my link. I would highly appreciate that. But the prop firm, look, the first account they offer you is $50,000. So the second step is $100,000. So it's the lower tiers account they're offering you. There's prop firms that offer you so much money. You can have multiple accounts. You could be running millions of dollars with these prop firms' money, right? But let's even say you just get to $200,000, $300,000. You're talking about $10,000 to $15,000 a month. And I'm talking about 5% a month. 5% a month, we're talking about half a point average per day. But you were talking about 2 points. Well, I know I was talking about 2 points. But that 2 points came out to 20%. So averaging 2 points a day would make you 20%. So again, let's shoot for the lowest point, right? Make sure that, I'm sure every one of you will get above 2 points average. I know you will. Follow what I'm doing, follow what I'm teaching, come learn with me, and you will get above 2 points very easily over time. You have to learn. It's not tomorrow, right? I'm not selling pipe dreams. You have to learn. You have to put in the time and the effort. But you'll get above that 2 points. That's why I'm just talking about let's shoot way below that. That would mean if you only want 5%, you're talking about 1/4 of that. So you're talking about half a point a day average. That's 2 ticks on the ES. Well, you might say, oh, that's the kind of leverage you use. Oh, that's not what's going to be feasible for the strategy I know, for my psychology, for whatever it is, right? Whatever you reason, you have to say that. I mean, I'm offering the video for free. I'm offering my strategy. I'm giving you all of it. Why wouldn't it be possible? I don't know. But if you still think that's not possible, okay, let's say you can't do that leverage, right? Okay. Instead of using the 10K account that I'm counting with, to make your 20%, right, your 2 points a day on one contract, let's say you need 4 times that much. So instead of trading with the kind of leverage where you execute one contract on $10,000, now you're executing one contract on $40,000. Fine, totally acceptable. My system allows for the $10,000, but maybe that doesn't work for you. I fully accept that and I respect that. I support that. So now you're doing that with $40,000. So that means your 2 points a day, the averaging 2 points a day, now will give you that 5%. So no matter how we twist and turn it, that minimum of 5% a day, it's there. If you learn the system, if you follow my channel, if you get into my course and you come to the live sessions and you do the one-on-one, we'll get you to that point where you can use the highest amount of leverage, where your 2 points a day average comes out to 20% rather than the 5%. And if we find ourselves, including myself, anywhere between the 5 and the 20%, I am extremely happy. That is my expectation. If I find myself anywhere above the 20% for a month or so, oh yeah, like I won the lottery that month, right? But really the expectation I have built and that I'm working on, as long as I find myself anywhere between the 5 and the 20%, I am baller status. Because from this point, all I need to do is to scale. And scaling is the name of the game in every single business. So not just are we talking about expectations in the market, but we're talking about expectations based on the way business is run in the whole world in all kinds of businesses. Again, please don't do all the comments about the expectations. Actually, you know what? If it makes you happy, do all the comments about arguing about expectations. If you want to stay there, stay there. Fight for your limitations. I am showing you the way out. If you don't want it, it's not your door to walk through. I'm fine with that. But for the ones of you that want to walk through that door, here it is. It's yours to take. If you understand this principle of business, of creating that viable output and then taking that output, that viable, consistent, sustainable, trackable output, and then taking that and scaling it, you have won life. You have won the game of business. That is how business is run. So don't go in the market shooting for 50 points a trade, 20 points a trade, 100 points a trade, shooting for the big runners, shooting to predict the market, to go 10 days and take these big trades. Well, if you're a swing trader, it's a different game. I'm speaking from a position of a day trader. I'm speaking from a position of taking the lowest amount of risk with the highest amount of leverage to get the best possible amount of outcome that then is scalable. Sure, if you want to go for that 200-point trade, Your risk has to be a lot higher. You can't take a 1 point, 2 point, 3 point stop loss, right? And expect on that 3 point stop loss to get a 200 point runner. I know in those like SMC and ICT videos, that's what they tell you, right? They have 1 to 25, 1 to 52 risk reward ratio, right? It's like, yeah, right. If you can make 1 to 52 risk reward ratios, I mean, you be the goat. You be the goat of goats. You be the goat of goats. Unless, of course, you have your 1 to 52 ratio that you have a win percentage of 12%. If that works for your psychology, fine. You take so many trades and you lose most of them. But that's not how I roll. Consistently, sustainably, smallest amount of risk, highest amount of leverage. I think in the last few weeks, I'm averaging 85% on my win ratio. It keeps my morale up. It keeps my spirit up. Go watch it on the live markets every day. It's posted on the channel. It's not something I'm telling you. It's something you can actually see every day what is happening. So if this is the kind of trading you want to do, if this is the kind of life you want to run, if this is the kind of business you want to run, if this is how you want to think and how you want to succeed, then you're at the right channel. You're with the right person. And I'm glad you're here with me. I welcome you here. You belong here. If you're one of the people that still thinks the 1 to 52 risk reward ratio is the way to go and that's the only way to win, I have nothing to teach you. Can you already feel it? Absolutely. This makes it so much easier to succeed. If we really only need 2 points a day average, and yes, we're going to shoot for way more than that. Absolutely we are. But if we only need that, doesn't it make it so much easier to succeed? And then just scale it. You don't have to have the same income as Amazon every day. You have to have a little. And then scale it as big as Amazon. Don't think with one product you're selling, you need to make as much money as Amazon. That's not what they're doing either. Look at what they're doing. They're making tiny little bits on every little thing, and then they scale it into the billions. And with trading, we do the same thing. Be smart about it. Shorten the learning curve. You know how difficult it is to get 1 to 52 risk reward ratios, to do the 200, 300 point runners on every trade and call the market perfectly and all the turns and just dominate the market? It's possible, believe me. The goats are out there and I respect them very much. I don't want to take 30, 40, 50 years of my life to get there. If I eventually get there, great, that's a bonus. But I don't want to wait to live life till I get there. So I'm doing it like every other business. Be smart, calculate through the math, and know what works. Take what works, get myself to it consistently, safely, sustainably. Build a record. I totally get it that 2 points a day average might sound unreal to you. Like it can't be that easy, can it be? And I'm not saying we're shooting for 2 points. I'm explaining to you the concept of the logic of how to build a trading career that is scalable. Am I shooting for above 2 points? Absolutely. But I'm also knowing how to keep my psychology sane. When I have the trading days and you see it on the live sessions, sometimes I end them with 2 points, 3 points, 4 points. And I'm totally okay with that. Not just okay with it, but I'm ecstatic. Because I know as long as I keep myself at the 2 points or above the 2 points, I am doing exceptionally well. And I want to change your frame of mind with this video. And if you can truly change your frame of mind with this, you will change your life. You will change your trading career. You will change the game and tip it into your favor. Because all of this is what makes the career feasible. This is one of the important parts of trading, a trading career that so many people and so many courses and so many YouTube channels never talk about. Because it's not the hype. It's not the flashy, fancy thing. Yes, so many of you will get to my live videos. Look at me making 5, 6, 7, sometimes 12, sometimes 15 points. And you may think, oh, he averages 7 or 8 points. That's nothing. He's not a real trader. Go ahead and think that. This door is not for you to walk through. But for the people who understood what I just explained, welcome to my channel. You are welcome here. I am here for you, and we can all win. Let's go get it. Let's go take it. Wrap this concept around your head. Look at what you're currently doing. Look at what you've been doing in the past in your trading career, maybe in other work, and look how it may be steering you wrong. Were you chasing that $50 margin over 20 years rather than go for the $22, $27 margin that you can scale? Were you looking at the wrong objective where you thought you have to win fully in just that one thing, and you weren't considering scaling as a method of winning? This is me introducing scaling as a method of winning to you. And if you understand this concept, stuff becomes much, 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 much easier to achieve, to attain, and most important, to sustain consistently. And that's how it changes the game. And that's how it's going to change your game. I'm happy to have you here. Welcome to my channel. Go check out all the videos if you haven't done so. Go join us in the live videos. Go check out the live videos and the recaps of the sessions you've missed. Go through everything you can. Go take my trading course. By now, I'm fairly certain I have a free offer for you of something of value, of very much value that I'm offering you for free beyond these videos on YouTube. It'll be in the description down here. Go check that out. I don't have it as of recording this right now, but hopefully by the time you're watching it, it will be there. Go take it. It's free. It's for you. And if there's a paid course after the free course, go take that one too. And whatever else there is, I'll add more free stuff to it. And I'll give you more value and more free stuff. And then reach out, leave comments, let me know what you need, and we'll develop this community together. Be a part of this community. Be a part of the movement. If you don't know what it is, go check out the Why I Trade video. You'll know all about why I'm here, why I trade, and what I want to accomplish with all of this, why I'm even coming public with this and teaching you all these things for free. It's all explained in this video. Go check it out. Be with us. We can all win. Thank you for joining us. I always say it. Thank you. And I mean it. Thank you for joining us on this extraordinary journey we call life. It's a journey. So don't travel alone. None of us need to be traveling alone. That's why we're here in this community. And I'm glad to welcome you into this community too. I hope this video of expectations and scaling and how the common thing is run in this world really opened a window in your house of possibilities. It really shed a light on probably the biggest reason where you're going wrong, while you're failing because you're shooting for something that is so difficult to achieve, even though there's this second path that can achieve the same thing just in a different way. If you want to be the GOAT, you got to go the hard way. That's the label of the GOAT. If you need that label, that's your path. This is not your video. If you want the outcome of the GOAT on the easier path, and I'm saying easier, not the easy path, the easier path, it still will take work and dedication. It's not a free ride. It will take your work and dedication. But it ain't the path of the GOAT. It's the easier path. Getting similar or close enough to the results of that hard road. Really, really profitable. Really, really viable. And actually possible. It's attainable, sustainable for the average human being. Not just for the GOAT. Come with me on this path. I love to have you here. Thank you for tuning into this video. Leave a thumbs up, leave a like, a comment, pass this to a friend, pass this to a loved one, share this. Give the world of this. I'm given to the world with all my heart. I want all of us to win because we can all win. And that's what I'm here for. With all my love and respect. I will see you in the next video.